we're just gonna go with it. I'm filming this. I just woke up. I'm wearing my pajamas. I'm just letting y'all know. Hey! So, hey guys. Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a couple weeks since I've posted because I'm updating my camera, and right now I'm really just filming with my phone, so the quality's not exactly how I want it to be. But this past week I actually went and spoke to a group of 7th graders at my old middle school about just like telling them my story and talking a little bit about the faith. What we did at the end of me talking is we did like a question and answers where they all wrote down on these pieces of paper questions that they had for me to answer, and then I went through them at the end after I finished talking and answered some of the questions. I was able to take home these because I thought they were awesome, especially for 7th graders. I feel like it's questions that people of all ages have. So I really just wanted to answer these on the channel. So this is going to be a Q&A basically. So let's just jump right into that. The first question is, do you think your relationship with God is deteriorating? I honestly feel like in a way it's getting stronger, but at the same time, I feel like there are moments, there are days that go by where I don't think much about my faith and I'm focused on my friends, my boyfriend, my family, school. There are so many things that come in the way of my relationship with God that shouldn't. I just need to put more focus onto Him and make sure that that is priority all the time. How do you make your relationship with God stronger? How I personally have made my relationship with God stronger is definitely through going on retreats, conferences, going to adoration, receiving the sacraments, because you receive so many graces from the sacraments. And I think that a lot of time we take the sacraments for granted. And because I know personally going to receive communion, half the time I go, I'm like, oh, bread, and I go sit. And I don't think anything about it. And another thing that for me, another sacrament that I have taken for granted my whole life is reconciliation, because I hated it. I did not like going to receive the sacrament of confession. I did not think that I needed to tell my sins to a priest. Why couldn't I say them to God? But I've realized that by having the courage to go and say that to a priest, it really does hold you accountable. How do you deal with people doubting you and your future? This is a really good question. My whole life, I feel like I always dream really big. And, you know, I used to want to be famous and like an actress or a model. And obviously people were like, that's never gonna happen. It's like, how fulfilling would that have been? Not really at all. Now I want to be a psychologist. That's my major. And I hope to open my own practice one day. But it's hard because at the beginning, no one really wanted me to do that. I feel like the people who are closest to me know that I myself have gone through, you know, depression and stuff like that, which is what makes me passionate about psychology, and it's why I'm sitting here making YouTube videos. But they don't want me to have to hear every day all these other people's problems, and that lead to myself like falling back into depression, which I know won't happen because I'm looking at it from a completely different perspective. In my life, I know that I'm put here to help people, and we all are, and this is just my way of doing that. Also, like when it comes to YouTube, most everybody is supportive because I'm very passionate about it. At first, people were probably like, why is she doing YouTube? And it was hard because people did judge me when I first started. And that led to me like deleting videos, you know? But what I've realized is that like, who cares what people think? If these videos help one person, like that's all that matters. And also I enjoy doing it. I'm just gonna do 2 more of these questions. There's like a ton more that are also like super good. So maybe we'll use those in another video, but I'm just gonna end this video with these 2. The first one is, what was your biggest thing you had to overcome to get closer to God? And for me, that was pushing away friends that were not bringing me closer to Him. It's not easy to push away friends because maybe they're not helping you grow closer to God, but that doesn't mean that they're bad people. If you start seeing like a negative fall in your actions and in your relationship with God, those aren't friends that need to be at such a high place in your life. What I told the kids when I was talking, because I got that question a lot, was that we, like the apostles, are called to be disciples. And Jesus said to go and be disciples of all nations. He didn't say, go to the churches and spread the word. No, he sent them into the places with the most struggles, the most sin. Because how are we supposed to share the faith with people who already have it? We have to go out and share it with people who are struggling and who are sinners, because even Jesus went out to those people and he forgave them. Because that's what we're called to do as Christians, Catholics. We're called to forgive and we're called to help bring them closer to God. And that's going to be hard to do if we only reach out to people on the same level of faith as us and who have their faith strong already. And then my next question, the last one, is what was the hardest part of learning to have a connection with God, and how do you party but still have that connection with God? The best way that I've learned to form a connection with God is definitely through retreats and then through community. By going on different retreats and conferences, I have met so many people throughout the state, throughout the country. Like, I have connections and friendships with people who are on the complete different side of this country, and it's awesome because I still talk to them. I know that when I'm going through anything, those are the people that I'm going to go to, or the friendships that I have formed a relationship with based on my relationship with Christ, and that's amazing. And that's, my prayer for all of you is that you can have those friendships also. How do I party and have a good connection with God? I'm assuming that this question was directed at parties with drinking and drugs. For me, I have never associate myself with drugs because I've watched too many people that I care about be affected by drugs. I'm not going to sit here and say that I've never drank before, because I have at parties. I'm not perfect. None of us are perfect. And for me to sit here and say that is ignorant. You can go to parties, but you have to be aware of the things that are going to bring you away from God. Drinking, doing drugs, that's one of them. Those are two of the things that are going to bring you away from him. So we should try to avoid those things. And I'm not saying, that it's going to be easy, because it's not. It's a decision. It's a choice you have to make. And that's not saying that alcohol is bad, because alcohol is not bad. It wasn't created to be bad. Where it becomes wrong is when you're doing it underage, because that of course goes against authority, which is the 4th commandment. And then when you overdrink and become drunk, because that goes against gluttony, which is one of the 7 deadly sins. So it's definitely hard. It's a struggle, especially at this age, But it definitely brings you further away in your relationship with God. And a lot of people have said to me when I've talked about this, like, Katie, it does not bring me away from my relationship with God. And then I said to them, but does it bring you closer? And they said no. I'm not saying that everything you have to do in your life has to bring you closer to God, and that's like all we're doing. But like, if you think about it in the grand scheme of things, that's what we're here for. And so to do things that prevent us from that, for me, when I think about it, it's like, okay, that's so obvious. Like, just don't do those things. But it's so much harder when you're in this situation. So that's why God gives us community, to help each other stay strong. And that's why I say sometimes there's friends you have to cut out of your life that are making it harder for you to grow closer to God. I hope you guys liked that. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed talking to the kids and answering these questions, because I really feel like I'm called, to help people with these kind of things. And so to be able to go and talk to people in person, and then to be able to share it more here on YouTube, it's a blessing. It feels like, a real blessing from God to be able to do these kinds of things. I really hope that you guys got something out of this video or enjoyed watching it. If you're not already subscribed, you should definitely subscribe, because I do have a lot of good videos coming out, especially next week. I'm filming a special video with somebody who I never thought I would be filming a video with, and he's amazing, and I'm super excited. There's also a project that I'm working on, and I've been working on it, which I'm super excited. That probably will not be out until summer, but it's in the works, and now I'm seeing it come together, which is super exciting. I really do hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye!